Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I wanted to talk to you about someone who many of you probably have a really special place in your heart for, and he has been marketed to us as the Great White Hope, and well, I'm sure I'm giving it away now. It's Vladimir Putin. Yeah, the Jewish outlets like the Daily Stormer and, well, Red Ice and all this Duganist crap from the alt-right is completely in love with Putin. His PR team has done a really good job, I've got to say, because we have women that are actually finding this pedophile little gremlin attractive. So the power of persuasion is very powerful. So the reason that I was inspired to make this video is because a friend of mine who is Russian, who actually lives there and is not some American retard who thinks Russia is the best place on earth to live, he wrote to me and shared a parody that he did in Russian, which he has translated into English, about Putin the pedophile. It's so damn obvious. I don't know why you people assume that, oh, everybody at the top is a pedo except for Putin, even though he's pictured kissing that little boy's stomach. And as you'll see in the video at the end of this, a lot of really creepy pictures with him and children. And look at him, he is a Jew. I don't know how any of you guys could think that face is the face of a Gentile. So my friend writes, for the people that are worshiping Putin, the sort of thing that you're worshiping, FSB blowing up buildings in '99 before Putin came to power, actually before he's placed there, to start a war in Chechnya to blame it on Chechens. The first 9/11 actually happened in Russia in 1999. Not surprising. They've been genociding Russians for a very long time. Oh, but the Holodomor never happened, guys. Did you hear that? Oh, yeah, that's the new talking point from the alt-right, which are the Bolsheviks. I mean, Richard Spencer told you in his own words that the alt-right is analogous to the Bolsheviks. He's pictured giving commie fists all over the place. So is Matt Heimbach. So is Weave. So, I don't know. Apparently communism is cool now. Yeah, and the Holodomor never happened. And, oh, by the way, all of you people that love Putin in Russia so much, all of you would be in jail right now for Holocaust denial. Or you could be thrown in jail for criticism of the Red Army. Or you could be thrown in jail for anti-Semitic biblical criticism. So, yeah, they're so free. But didn't he kick out the Rothschilds? I read that one fake news article from that one publication that is not factual at all, and that there's no other articles about this anywhere. Yeah, he really kicked out the Rothschilds. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, it's so frustrating that people are falling for this. But hopefully I'm here to shake you out of it. So back to the Russian 9/11, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play a little video about that, and then we'll get back to the topic at hand, which is Putin. And of course all of this relates because Putin's the butt boy of the Jews that control him, the Jewish billionaires that control him that has been reported on. So here is Russia's 9/11.
Autumn 1999. A wave of bloody explosions swept through Russian cities. On the 4th of September, in Bunaksk, in Dagestan, 62 people died in the rubble of a tower block. On the night of the 9th of September, in Moscow, an 8-story apartment building in Guryanov Street was blown to bits. A toll of 94 dead and 164 wounded. At dawn on the 13th of September in the capital city again, a powerful explosion totally destroyed a 7-story building on the Kashira Road. 119 bodies were pulled from the rubble. They included 12 children. 3 days later, in Volgodonsk in southern Russia, 17 people died in another explosion. Russia had never before been subjected to such acts of terrorism. With public anger running so high, the Prime Minister Vladimir Putin ordered a bombing campaign to bring the rebellious Chechens to heel.
Russian planes are only striking the terrorist bases. We will follow the terrorists wherever they go. If they are at the airport, we will be there. Excuse me, but if they're in the toilets, we will go in there and blow them away. That's all there is to it. The problem is solved.
To judge from the consequences, and they say that in politics you should always look to see who benefits, then of course there are all sorts of different versions. But the public is still very interested in the role played by the special services in all of this.
After public demands for peace, the enraged Russian people turned against the Chechens and the war was renewed. There's little doubt that it was the toughened public opinion that put the young hardliner Vladimir Putin, the former head of the Secret Service, the FSB, into the Kremlin. To this day, the only terrorists detected in connection with the bombings were FSB agents.
There was also the massive slaughter of school children at the Beslan school terrorist attack. And then the same thing happened in Moscow in Nord-Ost Theater, the war in Georgia, the war in Ukraine. Yeah, he apparently banned vaccines and GMOs too. Yeah, Putin's the best. He's so cool. All the people praising Russia would be thrown in jail right now in Russia for saying what they say here. And I'm not trying to say we have free speech here. Clearly we don't, because I was fired from my job for telling the truth outside of the job, that I never brought it up on the job, never one complaint about me. I was a stellar employee. And I'm good at what I do, and I'm very confident in that. We don't have free speech here, but at least I'm not in a gulag yet. But I will be if people continue to hide away and oh, I'm scared. I don't want to say those things. I might lose my job. You're not going to have a job in about 10 years from now, probably sooner. Your children aren't going to be able to get jobs. All you people raising children right now. Do you think I want to be doing this? Oh, well, I have a family to feed. I don't want to have more children? It's like, sorry, but you people depend on everybody else to do it for you, most of you. And I attribute that to the bystander effect. It's a phenomenon in psychology, I guess you could say, where, say, someone's hurt on the ground, an ambulance needs to be called, or someone's yelling for help, and everyone's gathered around, and they assume that somebody else called 911. Meanwhile, absolutely nobody has called 911, and the person dies because everyone's standing there staring. That's what I equate this whole movement to. People are aware of the problem, yet they want to shitpost and hide behind Pepes and not even go out and talk to actual normies. They want to meet up in their little circle jerk Kekistan, unite the right with Jews, stupid meetups, and go fight mentally ill lefties on the streets. Such heroes. I sleep better at night knowing that Kekistan is going to flourish in the future. He's saying the Khodorkovsky affair was a farce. Putin pardoned him. Personally, now Khotor is free. He supposedly killed another Jew from opposition, Nemtsov Eidman, but I'm really not sure if it's a hoax, with Eidman being still alive and hiding somewhere. By the way, I think they might have replaced Putin with another Putin lookalike. I know, we're going real conspiracy here, but look into it. I'm not going to waste your time with it now, but he apparently had all this plastic surgery recently, and then he like disappears for a while, comes back, and his face looks completely different. So, you know, I'm sure most of you watching don't find that crazy because you know the links that they go to just do crazy stuff. I mean, they have lookalikes for all of these important people. So, definitely not that far-fetched. It possibly could have happened, but dude's face is ugly regardless. He says there's so much compromising shit on Putin on the Russian internet, it's not even funny. Illegally exporting precious metals, murders, ties to Colombian drug cartels, snuff films. You know what the first law Putin signed when he came into power was? He granted legal immunity to Eltson's family and all Jew oligarchs who plunged Russia into misery and raped the people for the entirety of the 1990s. Pretty fashy. He gave them legal immunity. He didn't kick any Jews out. He's giving them legal immunity. Not one single criminal was punished for the massacre of the 1990s. So yeah, let's learn a little bit about how our friend Judy Jewton lives, the great white hope who totally cares about your average white family and totally is just like a man of the people, salt of the earth, totally Russian, totally not a Jew, Totally not an inbred Jew. Here's a quote from Putin. It's very oy vey, woe is me-esque. As for my personal perception, I'm not ashamed to say to the citizens who voted for me that throughout these 8 years I have worked like a galley slave. Oh my god, oy vey. I am pleased with the results of my work. You worked like a galley slave. Give me a frickin' break. Let's learn about how impoverished poor Vladimir Putin is. Okay? He has 20 palaces and villas with opulent fittings worthy of an emperor. 15 helicopters, 43 aircraft, including the airliner that features an $11 million cabin fitted out by jewelers, and a toilet which the report says cost close to $100,000. A toilet. 53.7 meter yacht with designer interior, a spa pool, waterfall, and wine cellar. 11 luxury watches. 5 decked yacht with a jacuzzi, barbecue, and a huge bathroom faced in marble. Wow, what a man of the people. I'm sitting here like I can't even buy a new car, and Putin has like 15 helicopters. I mean, really? There's a little bit of a problem here. We've got child rapists living a life of luxury and people trying to expose the child rapists being fired and having all of their income taken away and being punished for telling the truth. Is anybody pissed off yet? Because I'm pretty pissed and no one seems to really care. So, just putting that out there. I'm just going to read to you a little bit from this article. I'll post it in the description. It's called Putin's Palaces, The Life of a Galley Slave. Whether he succeeded in generating any sympathy among his fellow Russians is anyone's guess. What is certain is that many Russians were deeply offended by Putin's analogy. During his first 8 years as president, Vladimir Putin had already amassed a mountain of wealth by any means available, including expropriation, extortion, theft, and corruption. What a great guy. Unfortunately, most Russians, whose living standards lie well below most Western poverty benchmarks, are completely unaware of the enormous riches their leaders and presidents have collected at the expense of their own people. Well, they're not their own people. We know that. In 2012, Boris Nemtsov and Leonid Martinyuk published their investigative piece, The Liar of a Galley Slave, which exposed the extent to Vladimir Putin's wealth and assets in detail. The Western media reported on aspects of the report, but an English language translation has not been available until now. Vladimir Putin has ruled Russia for more than 15 years, which is substantially longer than the reign of either Boris Yeltsin or Mikhail Gorbachev. In 2012, he got back into the Kremlin with the objective of remaining at the helm of Russian power for at least 6 years, but more probably 12 years. One of the most important reasons that he continues to tighten his hold on power is the general atmosphere of wealth and luxury he has grown accustomed to, and obviously refuses to lose. Public debates on the matter? Virtually none. Putin's opulent lifestyle is a screaming contradiction of Russia's real problems. Russia still dying. After ruling the state for 12 years, the death rate remains much higher than the birth rate. I wonder why that's happening. It couldn't be because this is a criminal genocide taking place, could it be? No, he's like totally gonna make Russia awesome again. The country has lost more than 5 million people. Endemic corruption, seen only in some African countries, has paralyzed business and even normal everyday life. And Russia's dependence on natural resources and its addiction to the petrodollar is only deepening year after year under Putin's lead. At the same time, Russia's educational and health systems have been in a steep decline and have deteriorated significantly. Let's look at some charts. Here we see the number of schools and teachers in the Russian Federation. And those are thousands. Not looking so hot over there, Putin. It's almost like you're doing this on purpose. I don't know, though. I'm just crazy. All right, the number of hospitals and polyclinics in the Russian Federation. Not to mention, I mean, I don't have a graph for this, but the amount of alcoholism over there, because that goes hand in hand with the destruction of a people. And a lot of these vodkas and things will be counterfeit liquor, and it's killing people. It's not even liquor. So again, that's done on purpose. Just like they're doing here with the bad batches of heroin and getting everybody hooked on opioids. It's on purpose. This is not suicide. This is not, white people are just pieces of trash who don't have enough babies and, you know, they suck. No, this is a criminal genocide, and I wish more people would stop blaming the victims and actually go after the ones that are committing a criminal genocide, and they tell you every single day. I'm going to show you some of his palaces just to help it sink in a little bit. So meanwhile, the Russian people are dying. 5 million of them have died, and they're all hooked on drugs, alcoholics, not all of them, but you know, they're being destroyed on purpose, while Judy Jutin is living in, I mean, how many palaces? And just think about this. He's the low man on the totem pole. Like, he's not the people way up behind him that are controlling him. So imagine what they have. Okay? This is just what one of their little butt boys has. Yeah, he's in a pretty important position, but he's not the cream of the crop. He's not the top man. Okay, we have Novo Ogariovo, and please, I cannot pronounce Russian words. I apologize. I'm not Russian. We have Bokarov Stream, Longbeard, Constantine Palace, Volga Cliff, Tantalum, Small Source, Angara Village, Rus, Government Guest Residence, Amber, Arvika, Lovka, another palace in Gelendzhik, the guest house. I mean, they go on and on and on. I mean, it's insane. He has a $50 million super yacht. This is unreal. He straight up has like huge boats. Putin's official income declaration for 2012 states that his total income was 3,661,765 rubles. That means that with the cost of his 22 million ruble watch collection, Putin could not eat or drink for 6 years with his stated income. Russian people out there, if you ever hear this, I hope you guys are getting so fired up and you're ready to get your pitchforks and torches and converge on all of his different friggin' palaces and go and get these people. This is unreal. This won't stop until we stop it. It's unreal. It's unreal that people are so numb to being so angry. I mean, you have all these rich people at the top that are raping children and literally drinking blood and just like the worst things imaginable. And then the good people are dying and no one is going after them. We have the numbers. We can swallow them whole so quickly. But you have to be angry enough to do something. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. There's a total blackout about the truth. Luckily, I have these friends that I can talk to. But it's really bad. I'd say it's even worse over there for speech laws and all of this. I mean, there are people sitting in jail right now for racism. So this is coming here, and that's why they're glorifying Putin's Russia and Bolshevism and, you know, this whole Eurasian agenda, which is being pushed by the alt-right and all these fasci-based right-wing Jews and Jew lovers. They're pushing this Eurasianist agenda because it is the Kalergi plan of the East. It's the same exact plan to genocide all white countries. In a country where more than 20 million people are barely able to make ends meet, the outrageously luxurious life of the Russian president is a brazen and cynical moral offense. Agreed. You Russians should be so frickin' mad. And so should everybody. You know, Trump is no different to Putin. He might not have as many palaces, but he's just he's just a butt boy of the Jewish oligarchs that control everything. The budget of the Office of Presidential Affairs was 84.6 billion rubles in 2011, which was primarily spent on providing luxuries for the head of state. This amount is comparable with the total operating budget of such a large region as Nizhny Novgorod, home to 3.3 million people. The Russian people should not have to tolerate such outrageous behavior. We believe that the income and expenses of those in power should be the subject of public discussion. All expenses and all of their incomes should be made public. I think it's way past time for us actually asking them to be honest. They gotta go. Get the rope. I'm not kidding. I guess I'll probably have the FBI show at my house for this. For saying that we need to hang pedophiles and criminals and genocidalists. Wow, what a controversial thing to say, huh? All right, well, this article was from Up North, the Northern European. I'll post it in the description as well. I got my blood pressure up with this one, for sure. And I hope you did too. I hope you share this around or start trying to wake others up who think this guy is actually on our side. And, you know, I've talked to a lot of American pro-whites who are actually welcoming a Russian, and it's not going to be a Russian invasion. They're welcoming it. They're like, oh yeah, so whatever. It's like, it's not going to be what you think. It's not going to be a bunch of like awesome white Russians coming over and being all cool. No, that's not what's happening. Fedlice, Anglin, Daily Stormer, all you alt-right pieces of shit who are worshiping a pedophile criminal, genocidalist, we see you. We see what you're doing. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with this parody that my friend did, and I hope you're all really angry. And I hope you go out today and talk to somebody or just do something to change your situation. Because I talk to a lot of people, and I'm like, what did you do today to help your people? I went to the gym. No, sorry. That is not what you need. I mean, go to the gym. That's wonderful. I go to the gym, too. I love it. But that didn't actually, like, stop anything from progressing. So we need to stop being cowards. I'm not a coward, so everybody else needs to stop being cowards and start getting the truth out there in any way that you can, and be creative. Don't think inside of the box. Everyone is inside of the box of, well, we just gotta vote, either yes or no. No, that is such a losing mentality. Raise money to put up a billboard. We've been doing this. Well, not we, a member, a part of Renegade Goy Daddy has been doing this. Raising money to post Happy Goy billboards. Check out hashtag Happy Goy. There was one up in Chicago, there's one up in California, and then when you go to hashtag Happy Goy, you'll see all of our tweets about Jews and what they're doing. And if you go to their website that they link, I think it is happygoy.com, you'll see quotes from Jews about how they're going to genocide whites and all this stuff that thousands, millions of people will be exposed to as they drive down these very busy highways. They'll, Happy Goy, what's that? And so far so good, they haven't shut them down. So instead of spending money to go to Unite the Right, where you're going to be with a bunch of Jews, unless you're going there to confront them, which I highly doubt anybody will do, honestly, I really doubt that, you could be putting money towards putting billboards up there, letting people know about what the criminal Jewish oligarchs are doing. So that's it. See you guys later.
Кататься на лифте, любит кататься, но не один ему, как когда с ним едут дети. Мальчик тебе на какой? На какой? Нет уж, поедем повыше. Дядя, не слышно, надо домой! Но детских криков не слышит. Мальчик домой не вернулся. Мальчик забыл, что с чужими в лифте кататься нельзя. 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 Этот злодей и хитер, и жесток, он смеется, когда видит слезы. Убежать от него бедный мальчик не смог, он ошибку свою понял поздно. Его обманул добрый ласковый взгляд, жертва мучилась потом долго. Я не знаю, правду ли говорят, в шоке даже работники морга. Мальчик домой не вернулся. Родня и друзья. Мальчик забыл, что с чужими